Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. Now, I just did a video about a 12 CD box of Max Reger orchestral music, and that's a lot of Reger. I mean, actually, one CD can be a lot of Reger, depending on how you adapt to his style, which is kind of, well, it's the word prolix, lots of notes. Many, many, many notes, somewhat thick and dense orchestration. We need to take him, I think, in small doses if you're getting started. And if you're just going to get one Reger CD, the one to have when you're having only one, it's this one. Neeme Järvi with the Concertgebouw Orchestra, the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, pardon me. It was royalified by the time this disc came out. Containing his Böcklin suite and his Hiller variations. They really represent the best of his orchestral music in its twin poles. That is, the sort of free-form, colorful, illustrative side, which was not most of what he did. That was kind of an exception, although he was quite good at it when he wanted to do it, which makes you wonder why he didn't do more of it. And then the more strict, formalistic, sort of German tradition, contrapuntal, kind of that thing, which is his variation sets, of which there are, I think, 5. There's Hiller variations, Mozart variations, Beethoven variations, Telemann variations, and Bach variations. I think, yes, 5 of them. And, for various forces, and some of them orchestrated. And the Hiller variations are, I think, the most enjoyable, frankly, of all of the sets. He's the least popular composer. The tendency is, get the Mozart ones, get the Beethoven ones, get the Bach ones. Well, that's not always the best idea. Because when you pick composers who are like ridiculously famous and geniuses and, exalted, especially in the German tradition, there's a tendency to want to rise to the occasion. And that tendency can manifest itself in a certain, relentlessness, density, overwriting, an insecurity in the way that you handle it. But when you take a composer who's kind of considered a second-rater, like Hiller was a perfectly fine composer. You take a nice tune that he wrote, you're free. You can do what you want. You can improve it. You can do something. You can improve on the original in your variations, and that kind of sets you free. And that's what happens in the Hiller variations, I think. I mean, that's my crazy opinion, but there you go. And as for the 4 Böcklin tone poems, well, it's his greatest orchestral work, hands down. It really is. They're beautiful, beautiful pieces. I've talked about them a couple times. You guys, or girls, whichever, have recommended this CD too, whenever Reger's name has come up, which it doesn't all that frequently, actually. But here we go, because it's got four fabulous movements. The violin-playing Hermit, which is for double-string orchestra and solos violin. It's very, very beautifully done. And then the Play of the Waves, and the Play of the Waves, it's a sea piece. And, the Oceanides, like by Sibelius, well, this isn't that. I mean, Reger was not the best at sort of that kind of shimmery, impressionistic stuff, but he gets the job done. And then, then it's the Isle of the Dead, which is, this is the Hermit, by the way. The picture here, there's the violin-playing Hermit. Yeah, but the big one is the Isle of the Dead. And the Isle of the Dead, you know the painting. It's the one that has the island, the Isle of the Dead, the island with this big rock in the middle, and there's a tiny boat going into like this cave or cove on the island with a single sort of white-clad figure standing like this with its head bowed, with these cypress trees on the corner as it's arriving. And it's just the most wonderful, fabulous, atmospheric gloom and doom painting, which makes it perfect for Reger or any German artist for that matter. And this was the tone poem that Rachmaninoff set, or the painting that Rachmaninoff turned into a tone poem. And it's wonderful to compare the two. I mean, they're both very, very well done and extremely atmospheric. But the cool thing is that Reger's is actually shorter. And this is one of the few times in the history of Regerosity that you'll be able to say in an A-B comparison with another composer that Reger's version is shorter. Because normally he just stretched things out a bit. But Rachmaninoff is about 20 minutes long. And this one, because it's one of a set of 4, is only 8 minutes and 32 seconds or 22 seconds or something like that, which is amazing. And then you've got the Bacchanal finale. And again, Reger was not exactly bacchanalian, but he does whip it up as much as he's able to whip. And it's really a delightful work. But the bottom line is the performances are fantastic because, first of all, you've got the Concertgebouw, which sounds amazing, as they often do, and they're marvelously recorded by Chandos. And Järvi is great for this stuff because he's not a German conductor. He's not going to get stuck in the mud. He's going to keep it moving, and that's exactly what he does. It's an exciting performance that treats it just like fun, romantic music that you should be enjoying, not as an art history lesson or a philosophical treatise on the concept of variation or Durchführung or one of these German things. Oh, it's just enjoyable music, beautifully played and recorded, and that's all you need. So this is the Reger disc to get. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.